I got it. This is it. Oh, mercy. I like it better not do them. That's an old-fashioned mic, but I like it though better not do them new-fashioned ones. You know, them that shoot up out the floor. I don't like them. Because I can't see good, you know? Wait a minute, I'm gonna give me a chair so I can sit down. Everybody else sitting down, I'm standing up here like a fool. Oh my, that's so much better. I better turn around this way just to keep you honest. Old but clean, you know. Don't pay this no mind, it don't mean a thing. I seen everybody else wearing them and I thought they was the style. I went and bought me one too. Ain't nothing jumping but the peas in the pot. They wouldn't be jumping if the water was not. Did you hear about the woman that was in the hospital? She was dying and she wanted to make a confession to her husband before she died. He went over to the hospital crying. He said, honey, I'm dying. He said, yes, I know. He said, but I got a confession to make before I die. She said, I haven't been true to you. She said, I've been running around with other men ever since me and you got married. He said, yes, I know. That's the reason I poisoned you. Man, the first night home with his wife from the army, you know, telephone kept on ringing. He finally got up and answered it. Got back in bed, he said, who was it, darling? She said, some crank trying to get the weather bureau. Kept on asking, was the coast clear? Oh, I like to forgot it. The Mr. Blewett, the manager, told me to announce that some lady in the house by the name of Miss Helen Hunt has found some lady's pocketbook. So if you want your pocketbook, go to Helen Hunt for it. Thank you. Thank you very much. No, Man bought him one of them new-fashioned guns, decided he was going quail hunting, you know? So he was walking all through the woods, he didn't spy no quail, so he wandered over into a graveyard, you know? And so after a while he seen a big flock of whale, and he aimed his gun, and when the gun went off, it kicked him back in an open grave, you know? He was down there, he says, cold down here. Whew, it's cold down here. So a wino happened to be going home, you know. He said, I think I'll take a shortcut through the graveyard. He walking through the graveyard and he heard somebody saying, it's cold down here. He looked around. He said, no wonder you're cold. You done kicked all the dirt off of me and put some dirt on. Everybody crazy. Do you know if you see anybody acting normal nowadays, they probably just not well. I never seen so many people go in insanity in my life. Man walked into the psychiatrist's office, he said, oh my goodness. The psychiatrist said, what's the matter? He said, butterflies flying all over me. The psychiatrist said, well, what the hell, don't blow them on me. A Jewish fella and a Chinaman was standing on the corner arguing about who the greatest man that ever lived. An Irishman walked up. He said, if you tell me who the greatest man that ever lived, I'll give you $500 in cash. Little Chinaman said, Chink cut check? He said, nah. Little Jewish fella said, St. Patrick. He said, you're right. Reached his hand in his pocket, gave him the $500 and walked away. Little Jewish fella looked at the $500. He said, I had Moses in mind, but business is business. Let Mom tell you what happened to me in the good old days. You couldn't do nothing you wanted to do. And you better not open your mouth. If you did, they'd knock your brains out. They hit my brother in his mouth so much with a backhanded lick until his lips is way down here. Looked like he got on a turtleneck sweater. Everything your parents pick for you to do, who do you to love, who you to go out with, who you even to marry. Think of somebody picking somebody for you got to spend the rest of your days with. Make no difference what condition it was in. If Daddy said so, that was it. And I wasn't nothing but a child. Nothing but a child, 14 going on 15 years old, and just as cute as I want to be. Hair hanging down my back. See, I'm half Indian. And the other half, the beauty parlor, takes care of that. And this old, dead, puny, moldy man. I mean an old man. Santa Claus looked like his son. He was older than his mother. He was so old that his sister died. We went to the funeral. After the funeral, the minister walked over and tapped him on the back. Said, how old are you, Pops? He said, 91. He said, ain't no need you going home. And his brother was older than he was and married a girl 13. He didn't live for 5 days. Took 3 undertakers a week to get the smile off his face. He lay in bed. First time I ever seen him bury a man with no top on the casket. My daddy liked him. I had to marry that old man. My daddy should have married. He the one who liked him. The nearest thing to death you've ever seen in your life. His shadow weighed more than he did. He got out of breath threading a needle. And ugly. He was so ugly he hurt my feelings, that's the truth. He was just so ugly he had to tip up on a glass to get a drink of water. He was so ugly, he had a job at a doctor's office, standing beside the door making people sick. One day I said to him, I said, you get that number? He said, what number? I said, the number of that truck that run over your face. One night I said to him, I said, come on, darling, let's be sociable. He went out and bought a case of Pepsi-Cola. I thought he never would die. Rat poison agreed with him. I never forget when we went up to get married. We stand up there in front of the man. The man looked at me and said, "Will you take this man?" Some undertaker jumped up and said, "I will." Oh, I thought he never would die. I shouldn't talk like that about him, no. He did. They say you mustn't say nothing about the dead unless you can say something good. He did good. I know he did because I had him cremated. I burned him up. I determined he'd go get hot one time anyhow. Don't you know the undertaker had nerve enough to call me up talking about, do I want the ashes? I said, hell no, burn them up too. I don't want nothing. Oh my, great day in the morning. Did you hear the one about the lady called her husband up and said, "Darling, when you leave work this evening, I wish you'd stop down there at Marshall Field and pick me up a bra." Well, it's kind of late when he got off from work. He was tired too, and he forgot what he's going for. But he knew it was something in the lingerie department. So he walked up to the lady in the lingerie department and he said, "Madam, my wife told me to bring home something. I can't think what it is." She said, "Maybe I can help you." Said, "Was it a girdle?" "No." "Garter belt?" "No." "Slip?" "No." "Bra?" Said, "Yes, it's a brassiere." She said, "Well, certainly. What size?" He said, "I don't know." She said, "Bite like a grapefruit?" He said, "No, no, no." She said, "Bite like an orange?" Said, "No, no, no." Said, "Bite like an egg?" He said, Yeah, fried." You know, my mom's always glad to see her friends, especially girls I went to school with and boys. But you know, I don't understand middle-aged people nowadays. I don't understand them. I don't know. No sooner than I got here last Friday, I was in a hurry trying to make rehearsal and everything. And there stood right up beside the stage door, stood a friend of mine. Honest to goodness, I'm older than she is, and she looked like my mother. There she stood a hell over her head, all big and fat, waiting on me. And just a grinning, standing up there grinning. Didn't have but one tooth, and it was right in front. I think you're working at the bakery shop snapping holes in donuts down there. I said, "Girl, why don't you?" She come to me, "You sure do look good." I said, "Why don't you fix yourself up? Your husband's dead. You got all that insurance and all them houses." I said, "Why don't you fix yourself up? Take off some of that weight and lift up some of it. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Look at your head." She said, You make me feel so bad." I said, "I don't care if I do." I said, "Pick yourself up." She said, "You make me feel like committing suicide." She said, "How you commit suicide?" I said, "All you got to do is just to get you a good 38 and be sure it's loaded all the way around. Measure 3 inches below your left breast and pull the trigger." Don't you know that fool went home and shot herself through the knee? But must have been hanging down.